Hey everybody, welcome back to Talkin' Fit. This is Chuck here in Chuckadelphia. You ever have one of those mornings where you wake up, you get out of bed and you're feeling good and you take a deep breath and then you go to step on the scale and then it flashes a number that makes you feel so bad that you want to throw it out the window? Yeah, me too. Me too. And yet here we are every week checking that little device. That accountant of our health, right? The one we don't always like talking to. But deep down inside, we know it's there to keep us honest. That's what we're talking about today. The scale. The lies it tells us and the truth that we forget. So come along with me on this crisp autumn morning and come with me to Chuckadelphia. Here we go. There we are. There's no place like home, right? Well, see, when I first started losing weight, I thought the number on the scale was everything. If it went down, I did a little victory dance in the kitchen. Woo! But if the scale went up, I would start investigating everything that I'd eaten over the last 3 days. Like a crime scene investigator. You know, you have CSI Miami, CSI Las Vegas, CSI New York, CSI Chuck's Kitchen. That's what it would be like, you know? But over time, I realized that scale is a bad storyteller. It only tells one part of the story, the chapter that you're currently in, not the whole book. And sometimes it's just straight up wrong. See, it's because your body is changing, adapting, holding water, building muscle, and sometimes just being human. So you see, that's why I say that scale can be one big fat liar.
Fucking liar.
But let's be honest, we've all done it before. We've said things like, I'm going to lose 50 pounds by Memorial Day. Lo and behold, it's like 2 weeks before Memorial Day, right? 25 pounds before prom, 20 pounds before that wedding or reunion. There's something about having that countdown clock that makes us feel a little more powerful, like we're in control again. But here's the thing with that. It's not necessarily that we're chasing that number, it's that we're chasing what we think that number will give us. We want to look in that mirror or look at that selfie and finally like what we see. We want people to notice. We want to feel confident walking into a room and at least not feel invisible. We want to feel in control when everything else in life feels anything but in control. And let's face it, social media has made that worse. Everybody's posting their after pictures, their glow-ups, or their 30-day transformations. And we forget that for many people, that after is still a during. So yeah, that's why we rush. Instant gratification, emotional validation, and that sweet little dopamine hit of seeing results. But see, here's the truth that nobody really talks about. That rush comes with a little bit of a cost. According to the Cleveland Clinic, losing weight too quickly, like on those lose 10 pounds in 1 week kinds of diets, it actually backfires. Because the truth is, when you start slashing calories or God forbid go on one of those cleanses, your body goes, whoa, 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 what's going on here? Famine alert. And then your metabolism slows down. And that's your body survival instinct kicking in. It's like your internal accountant saying, I'm just making sure we don't go bankrupt here. You might lose a few pounds fast, but you're burning fewer calories, which means when you start eating normally again, that weight will come back on even faster. You start losing muscle mass, which makes it harder to lose weight later on. You start missing out on key nutrients, your energy dips, your hair thins, and your immune system takes a hit. Then what happens? You quit the diet. Not because you're weak, but because your body is doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing, trying to survive. Now see, John Hopkins not John Hopkins, Johns Hopkins adds that when people lose weight too quickly, they typically put it back on 2 to 3 years later. Not because they failed, but because extreme diets lower your calorie burning rate. It's like putting your metabolism into airplane mode. And when you turn it back on, the signal's weak. And that's why moderate weight loss, 1 to 2 pounds a week, is not only healthier, it's more sustainable. So therefore, if the scale doesn't reflect exactly what you hope it does, it's okay. It lets your body and your mind adapt together. Here I am, 2 years and 8 months into this journey. I still remember every milestone. First 35 pounds down, 100 pounds down, when Dr. Fortino rang that bell and everybody came in and congratulated me, gave me high fives. I was on cloud 9. 150 pounds, 200 pounds, 250, 275, and now 300 pounds, I hope. I'll find out very soon. I'm going to go to Dr. Fortino soon and get my accountability meeting, right? Each one of those milestones felt like a miracle. But between those milestones, there were weeks, even months, when the scale didn't move. When it hardly moved at all. And sometimes it even went up. I don't want to even think about the great scale increase from Christmas 2024. It still gives me nightmares. And sometimes I think about what Dr. Now from My 600 Pound Life would say. The scale doesn't lie. People lie. And I'd be like, yeah, doc, that's cute. But you haven't seen my week. Because I swore I did everything right. And yet the number wouldn't budge. Over time I realized the scale wasn't really lying to me. It was just limited. It was reporting the numbers, but not the progress. The scale was like my accountant. Not the friendliest person in the room, but the one who's keeping the books in order. It tells you what's happening, not who you are. I started learning to measure my wins differently. When I could walk longer without stopping. When I woke up with more energy. When I slept peacefully through the night without getting up. When I didn't feel any pain when I was climbing out of bed. When I chose water instead of soda without even thinking about it. Those were my real milestones. And when I did mess up, when I slipped, I stopped letting those moments define me. Instead, I learned from them, enjoyed the lesson, got back up and kept going. Because as amazing as it'll be to reach my final goal weight of 200 pounds, it still won't compare to the spiritual and psychological rebirth that this journey has given me. As someone once said, what's more rewarding, the dance itself or the end of the song? For me, it's always been the dance. So if the scale isn't telling you that you're losing weight as fast as you would like, don't worry about it. Here are some other ways that you can measure your progress. Body measurements. Get that tape measure out. See how the inches or centimeters have changed. Your clothing fit. You know that shirt that used to cling to you? Now it's starting to drape. Have you had your pretty woman moment yet, like me? Progress in photos. They don't lie. Even if the scale says no change, body composition, more muscle, less fat, even if your total weight stays the same. Fitness levels. You can walk farther, lift heavier, breathe easier, swim further in a shorter period of time. Your energy, sleep, and mood will be different. You feel lighter in your body and your spirit. You can walk up and down those steps a lot more easily. Health markers, lower blood pressure, better cholesterol, improved A1C. People complimenting you and say, hey, you look great. Have you been losing weight? That's freaking awesome, man. It's much better than saying, hey, you've been putting on a few pounds. And maybe the most important, habit tracking. Habit tracking. I said habit tracking, not hobbit tracking. Good luck trying to find a hobbit in this neck of the woods, eh? You've changed how you live, how you eat, how you drink, how you think, how you feel. See, that's progress the scale can't ever measure. And you're doing it. Here's what I want to leave you with today. The scale isn't the enemy. It's just the accountant. It doesn't care about your emotions, but you should. It'll keep the numbers straight. But it's up to you to keep your spirit strong. Fast results are fun for a moment, but lasting results must take patience, balance, and a little bit of grace. So the next time you step on a scale and it doesn't tell you what you want to hear, smile. Because maybe it's lying a little, stretching the truth. Or maybe it's just waiting for the rest of your story to catch up. Be strong, be kind to yourself, and remember, the journey itself is the reward. Believe that. If this message hit home for you, drop a comment and tell me, what's one non-skilled victory that you've had recently? And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because you never know who needs to hear that their scale might be a big fat liar too. Until next time, keep talking fit. Carpe diem, my friends, and I'll see you on the flip side. Ciao, ciao.
Yeah, the 3 needs to be up front.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, sure. You're in the queue. There we go.
Thank
There you go.
Where's the receptionist? She wants to be in it. Oh wait, yeah, we got everybody. Come on. There she is. Okay. I think we got everybody.
300 pounds down. Thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate it.
This is big.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much for your help, your support. Yes. And whatever you do, don't let the scale haunt you in your dreams.